Hey, welcome back to the next part in the series. I'm not. So we left off with, well, if you watched the last video, you probably already know. Fine. I'm not gonna edit any of these because I don't have my editing software anymore. When I reset my computer to factory settings, that's my fault. So this is all gonna be just freestyle, I guess. Uncut. Am I going the right way? Oh god, I hope so. What? Can I not use any mounts? Really? Okay. Oh boy. Ow. Froggy. Yeah, this looks nice. New to the city, friend? The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. It's a lion person! Welcome, my name is Bragi and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too floored by half. In any case, our merchants stock a wide range of... Oh, he's looking down because I'm short. So we should have something in your size. Forgive my asking, but you are a dwarf, yes? We don't get many of your lot coming down on the mountain these days. I'm actually... Wait, do they not have Lalafell in these parts? Or are they called dwarves? Must be a dialect I'm not familiar with. Wait, are they dwarves in this place? Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a Hume. The taller one is an elf. The sturdy individual there is a Gaul gent. What's the one with the horns? Is it drawn? What? Then you have the large scaly chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. That would be the Zune. A Malja? What? Which is apparently not what you call them. Do the dwarves have different names for the people of the world, or did you pick up the common tongue in some other far-flung region? Same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I will be here to answer your questions. Oh. The people of the firsts. So what are the lion people called? I'm sure you'll spot a Mistel or another Ronso. Oh, it's a Ronso. It's a Ronso! Is that what they called them in 10? Ew, that makes sense. Oh, return. Read. What? Shit! Oh man, they're not connected. Oh boo. Did I say one of them was like up here? I just go straight. Nope. I go this way. Ah, I'm good. This way? Hello? Oh. Lot of mountains here. Atlas. Aw. That is a spinning orb in the background. Oh, look at all the fishies. Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods. It isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer than here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too, thanks to us and the mean. We work together to procure materials and resources and craft the goods, which would make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate like those Yulmoran layabouts. Huh? Here in the Crystarium we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor, you don't have that whiff of indolence about you like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? Redania, the source. One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say? I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Aww! Callus, you're the best. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the crystal tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. The fuck? It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around his base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started to started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. A city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. Damn! He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his sorcery and secrecy, he has never let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you ought to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you have had a chance to settle in. Just that, for Catless, and I'll find you a niche here in the Crystalline Mean. You can help keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Oh. Gotcha. Do they have the same professions as we do back in the old world? Wait, am I... Oh, am I jumping down? I might be jumping down. Am I not jumping down? I'm jumping down. Okay, I'm not jumping down. What? I can't jump down. That means I gotta all the way back. I have to grab these shards. Oh, I'm gonna jump down here, I guess. Whoop. No. They're not gonna let me through. Can I just jump in? Wait a minute! I didn't think... Okay. Yeah. I didn't think this was an area that I could explore. This way? Oh. Oh, this must be his quarters. Whoa. Here? Nope, gotta go higher. There's a lot of books. Lauren. Excuse me, sir. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic roles, you see, and well, why are you so nervous? What I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll even? A scrap of scribbled on parchment? My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine as well as my profession. Librarian Morin at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve that wisdom survived. What wisdom? But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Maybe a spot of academic research? Stop yelling! Oh, so you have an interest in modern history. Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you'd prefer something visual to accompany the accounts, then I think I have the illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment and I'll fetch it for you. And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair? Make yourself comfortable? On the lesson then. Are you a woman or a guy? A 100 years ago, or near enough to not to matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadowkeeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease, until the day an enormous blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. Holy shit. What? We called this calamity the Flood of Light. I just looked at the planet. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. What the shit? Like Hunter x Hunter. Yet, just when it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. The Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvrant, and Norvrant alone spared the fate of erasure. Oh. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Nirvrant's sky. Even now they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it to you. Or if you'd rather speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Oh. Wow. Alright. So in terms of whether or not light or darkness wins, the world's fucked no matter what. Cool. Good to know. Good to fucking know. So that's probably why the Ossians are kind of balancing things out with chaos. Someone's having fun. I'll be with you, Crystal Exarch. Did my colleagues help you form a clear picture of this world and its people? Yes. What the fuck are these? Yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but 'twas necessary for you to grasp these things before we proceeded. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted that details were sparse. The structure is in fact the self-same one you know from the source, transported to the first of its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing, and although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know from its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. Oh, I just realized. Got this. What's it look like? That's new. You've done as I requested, and I learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. You going out?
I'm gonna get shape.
Okay. I'll take a burger.
Just get a regular.
Okay. Thank you. But as a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters, however, I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. Wait, why is that dialogue up there and not down here? Oh, maybe it's just strictly a cinematic thing where the dialogue is on the bottom. That's kind of inconsistent. Well, yes, of course, it can be opened and closed just like any other. Does that seem strange to you? I know not that this tower functioned in your time, but I assure you there is no danger of us being locked inside. I don't know about that. Come on, Puddle. We gotta go. Greetings, sir. The Exarch awaits you within. His headquarters is inside the Crystal Tower? Huh.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind.
He doesn't say my world, so he's not from this world. What the fuck? Where is he from?
Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions.
Yes.
To put it simply, they are here in the first. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine.
What?
Here, time flows at a different pace.
How long have they been here?
In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first.
Fuck.
And the reverse could also be true.
Fuck.
The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted.
Great. That's so good. Totoro might grown like 30 years because I've been here for 2 minutes.
You seem to be entering a period of near equivalence, and thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
Oh, then why say all that shit?
As for your companions, however, Yustola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters.
Jesus.
While Thancred's count stands at
What the fuck?
Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and
What?
Jose, have lived in the first for almost a year.
For a year? It's only been like a couple months.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of
Huh?
my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are in truth merely spirits that one can see and touch. Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom,
What?
they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here
Dude,
to return.
you fucked up. They're stuck here? What the fuck? Yeah, then find a way to send them back.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success.
Of course.
And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no-man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass. In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity.
What?
And the deaths of countless...
Another calamity.
Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die.
Oh.
And thus did the Scions embrace their exile.
What?
And began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours.
Oh, they're the best.
Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction.
They're the best.
Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events.
Yeah, no shit.
And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment?
No, not really. This is all your fault. Ugh. The second one's not gonna work. Ever, in any situation. I really don't trust him at all. But I guess there wasn't a better way. Sure. I'm pissed.
Excellent. You will not regret
Oh
this.
yeah, yeah, I've heard that before.
With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
You're really not gonna tell me your first name? Or last name? Or just name? Never trust a person who doesn't introduce himself. I am the Crystal Exar. No. What's your real name? Your actual name. Wait, is he Heidelin? Maybe? Yeah, he's just like crystallizing through his right arm, so like... I have so many questions. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants, which as it turns out is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along. Alright, buddy. Musica Universalis Markets. Pendants. Wait, why are we meeting at the markets and not the pendants? Alright, you know what? Sure. I just totally ignored what I repeated. Guess yeah, he's just showing me around. But at the same time, come on, man. Is that a bunny Lalafell? What the fuck? There's so many questions! Was that really a bunny Lalafell?
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency.
Oh, fuck.
Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
Oh, thank God.
Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Oh, tombstones. Is that on iPhone actually? What? What's with this?
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world.
Why did I react that way?
Sin?
What the fuck?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
What?
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task.
It's a really big pixie.
This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant realm.
No one's gonna question a pixie.
He means to ferry things back and forth from his home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
Yeah, I know I'm short, okay?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift?
Yes.
How wonderfully exciting. What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing to do.
Stop my...
Of a pixie you do.
What? No, it wasn't even my choice.
With careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
I don't want to.
But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Oh my God, I hope so.
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your Isnefis,
What?
and you my Snayak.
What?
Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other.
Can't we just be friends? I don't want to. I don't want to make a pact.
Raise your
No! Don't do it! Don't do it! Fuck, I don't have a choice, do I? No. Ah, it burns!
Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling.
Kill me.
Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Mayhap her message to your friends in the Source to inform them of your safe arrival.
3 years later. Krau. I would give it to Tatara, but I don't think she'd be able to do anything with it. I think Krau's not affected by...
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies.
As I've heard.
Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we?
Yes.
Come along.
Pixies, hey? As a result of your pact with Feo Ul, you now have access to delivery moogles, market boards, and summoning bells all in the first. Ooh. I guess that does make sense why they wouldn't be able to get my retainers here. Alright, that's the end of this part. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you soon. The fuck is that? What the fuck is that? The fuck is that? Ah! Alright, well anyways, I'll see you guys in a bit, and we'll continue on with our personal quarters. See ya. Have a good one. Mwah!